With both teams on the back end of a back-to-back, the Warriors played against the lottery-bound Blazers again. Having not won a road game in 7 games, Klay Thompson continues his recent hot streak by rediscovering his stroke on the way to 28 points with 5 threes. He's always exploded against Portland, so let's break down his performance. I want to say 90% of Warriors games start off by running some sort of off-ball action to get Klay a shot. Here on the weak side, we have a staggered screen to try and free him up. The Blazers' defensive coverage was to not switch off-ball screens and instead rely on their guards to play straight up. But here Shaedon Sharpe is a pretty lazy defender and gets stuck on the screens. He tries to bail himself out by shooting the gap on the Looney pick, but timely pass by Pajensky as Klay reads the screen defense, and instead of continuing to curl, he counters by stopping in his track to create some extra space and launches a 3-ball. On-ball Klay is never the best decision, but the first Kuminga screen leads to a switch. When Looney comes for the second pick, Kamara angles his body in a way that Thompson has to reject the screen and drive. Here's a little miscommunication by the Blazers, because I think Kamara was expecting another Kuminga screen that would lead to a switch, but he never actually sets the pick, so this slight hesitation in the defense is all Klay needs to call his own number. One thing I've noticed Thompson do a lot more is not force shots off of pick and rolls and try to be more patient with the passing. With the Looney screen and the threat of his own shot, Ayton is playing a high show with Sharpe fighting back to recover, but credit Looney for a strong roll to the basket as Klay fakes a shot to attract the momentary double before patiently giving a lead pass to Looney. Late rotation from the weak side as 3 Blazers could not do anything for Kevon for the layup. In the second quarter, we have a similar type of split action, but on the elbow instead of the low block, but same concept. Off-ball screen by CP3, and we know split actions work best against defenses that do not switch, so Simons is left chasing Klay around the perimeter. This handoff acts like a screen as well, so even though DeAndre Ayton is a relatively high show, Klay has been heating up lately, so this is still a good look off the catch and shoot. Thompson has traditionally been slow to start off the season, but if he's hot in the game, the Warriors know to keep feeding him. Bad initial position by Anthony Simons here, as all Kuminga does is set a pin down, knowing once again Portland is not switching. This is just terrible defense that leads to a simple catch and shoot for Klay on the wing. In another Golden State choking of leads in the third quarter, they run an on-ball pick and roll with Sharpe. In an attempt to fight over to dissuade the switch, Kamara angles his body to fight over the screen, so Steph counters by going behind the back that leads to dribble penetration. For all the basketball junkies out there, we all know that playing off the strong side corner is one of the worst decisions you can make, especially since the corner 3-ball is the most efficient shot in the game. I'd understand if it was a non-shooter, but Jeremy Grant somehow thought it was smart to help one pass away, leading to an easy kick out to the hottest shooter on the court. This was a near perfect game for him, as it's always a good sign to see him not settle for threes. On a pin down by Jackson Davis, Klay can feel his defenders trailing his back, so the correct counter is to not settle and curl cut to attack the rim. Now you have an empty side 2-on-1, but credit Klay for the strong finish, even though he's off balance with his left hand. He cannot be stopped. This play was just beautiful Warriors basketball. With Portland double-teaming Steph, he swings the ball to try to attack the advantage. Smart decision by Klay to shot fake and get triple penetration, testing the rotations here as Ayton helps first. Kick out to Wiggins, who also had a great game and does not settle, attacking to close out, once again testing the rotations. Sharpe is here to double, and technically Simons has the 2 weak side shooters, but the kick out to CP3 finally collapses the Blazers, as both guards rotate towards him. This should have been Shaedon Sharpe's last rotation out to the corner, so Paul makes a high IQ play with the extra pass into the open corner 3 by Klay Thompson. There you guys have it. Almost another heartbreak as Golden State prevents another choke sesh to close down the last few seconds. Klay Thompson has officially rediscovered his stroke with his 3rd consecutive high-scoring output. Outside of the numbers, the eye test has led me to determine Klay's improved patience in his decision-making on the off-ball screens, while taking higher quality looks at the rim and only shooting key checks when it makes sense. I hope this remains a theme as he has traditionally started out the season slow, so it was great to see him keep it up even if it's against a lottery team. Now on to the big test against Boston, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.